Today's story is not going to go how you expect at all. To start, we are going to go to Seattle and step into a house owned by a man named Keith. Keith has a girlfriend named Tina, and they've been having some very weird experiences. His 400-pound couch keeps getting flipped over. His Bibles and crosses are being burned. He's finding writing on his walls, the number 666 and these strange symbols. His cabinets are being flung open, and the house is getting totally ransacked.
But just thrown everywhere. Walked in, the table was on the floor. I haven't been home too long before I realized.
So obviously, Keith and Tina are freaked out, so they reach out to a priest. The priest comes by and tries to open the door, but when they do, it feels like it's welded shut. Keith is on the other side, so he tries to open it, but in his words, he said it feels like an elephant is blocking the door. Obviously, when I found this case, I was extremely excited. You never see anything this intense. The only thing I can think of is the Long Island haunting. But something is off about Keith and Tina. I noticed that they seem barely affected by this. If you look, they don't seem traumatized, they don't seem scared, they seem barely affected.
You don't believe that you've ever been fully possessed in this house?
Never been possessed, no. Now, we've had eerie feelings. I mean, I don't know if that's being possessed.
So this entity's never personally attacked you?
No.
They're like, yeah, we got some scary stuff going on, but it's okay. When you look at cases where people are seriously affected by demonic forces, just retelling the story will send them into a panic attack and trigger intense PTSD. And when this happens to people, they will not step foot into the house. They will go bankrupt to get out. Because when there is a spiritual force that is that powerful, it would completely tear you down. So that's why when I was looking at Keith and Tina, I was like, this doesn't seem right. So I put on my investigation hat and I did some more digging. And I found that Ghost Adventures actually did an episode on this exact house. And it is hilarious. So I'm gonna show y'all that. But I don't want to judge too fast because maybe Keith is just like really tough, you know what I'm saying? But I don't sense genuine energy from these two.
Claims here of some demonic activity in your house. I know you two have asked for help, and we're here to do our investigation. We got 4 cameras going on inside of your house.
So the Ghost Adventures team pulls up. The first thing they do is send Keith and Tina inside the house. And Keith and Tina do it with no hesitation. They begin to walk around and ask if anybody is there. But the way they're behaving and saying things makes it seem like they don't have any fear and they don't expect anything to be there.
Okay, talk to me, Ghost. Here's your day. Talk to me. This is Keith. Where you at?
It's amazing how quiet you are today.
You and I have been having a 5-month back and forth, pretty intense stuff.
Time for you to go.
What is going on?
What's here that you want so bad?
They do this for a long time and absolutely nothing happens. So then the Ghost Adventure team decides that they should go in. And they don't feel anything in the house. But Zach does pick up one thing. And that's that Tina is scaring him. And at one point she keeps walking towards him and it freaks him out. The only weird energy in that house is Tina.
What is your name?
Jeez.
Was the house built on top of you?
Very weird vibes all around. Now, I wasn't going to make a video on this, but I decided to make it anyways, because most of the stuff out there is fake. So I really do my work to make sure that I'm telling a good, true story. But I just thought this one was kind of funny. They definitely cap it. But I will leave you with this, because one scary thing did happen.
My most terrifying experience throughout our entire investigation is this bug crawling on my face.
The following image was submitted by Reza Akbar, who writes, I live in Indonesia, and the following happened on a Friday night. I was heading over to my grandmother's house on my motorcycle. I was speeding faster than usual, which led me to swerve and crash my bike. I had taken photos of the accident and shown them to my sister. She was horrified after seeing one of the images. She told me to look closely at one particular photo because there was something in it that gave her chills. This is what he saw. Now it's worth mentioning that Reza had researched the place where he had crashed his bike and found something that has left him spooked. The location of the crash used to be a children's clinic. Knowing this, Reza thinks that he might have caught the ghost of a child in this photo. Assuming that no one else was around when it was taken, it seems that Reza had captured something beyond explanation. What exactly had been caught in this photo?
Poltergeist makes its presence known. Watch until the end.
Eu tô com uma dor na mão.
Ele é meu. Eu te repreendo, ele não é seu nada.
Eu te repreendo, em nome do Senhor Jesus. Cara, eu tô arrepiada.
Nada prenda ele assim.
Tô arrepiada, cara.
Nada prenda. Todo demônio bate em retirada. Você não tem autoridade aqui. Você não tem autoridade aqui. Nenhuma. Vai embora.
Meu Deus do céu.
Vai embora. Você não tem. Mexeu ali, Bia.
Meu Deus do céu, cara.
Você viu aquilo?
Eu tô tremendo aqui.
Cara, tem uma coisa ruim aqui.
Tremendo, gente. Pior a impressão minha, eu mexi a antena. Meu Deus do céu.
Caramba, Bia. Passa.
Espera. Lá em cima. Lá em cima, lá em cima.
Eu repreendo todo mal. Todo mal cai por terra. Tem alguma coisa prendendo ele aqui. Ele falou meu filho. Ele falou que ele era meu.
Olha a cadeira, olha a cadeira.
A podcast that one of the hosts had shared some chilling photos that were submitted to him by a viewer. It goes without saying, but what was captured in one of these images has left many viewers disturbed. The person who submitted the photos states that the reason they took them was because they felt like they were being watched. They were lying in bed when all of a sudden they get the strangest feeling. For some reason, they can't help but feel that someone is outside their room, standing in the doorway and looking at them. No one else was inside the house except them. Feeling very spooked, they slowly take out their phone and begin to take various photos of the passageway outside the room. What they captured has left them shook. These are their photos. In the distance, there appears to be a face peeking at the person inside the room. It wasn't until zooming in on the photo that the person who took it saw the mysterious figure. Although pretty creepy, they're somewhat glad that they caught this, as it reassures them that they're not losing their mind and that there is in fact something very strange going on inside their house. Now it's worth mentioning that the person who submitted these photos states that he played with the Ouija board prior to this incident and believes it's the reason why strange things are happening. But what do you think? Did this person actually capture something paranormal? Or was something else captured?
If you hear this coming from the woods, whatever you do, don't approach it. Here's why. Late one night, a woman named Jen was checking on her farm animals when suddenly she hears what sounds like an animal cry coming from the woods. Worried for her animals and having no idea what could possibly make those horrific sounds, she investigates the source.
What the fuck?
As she gets closer to the source of the sound, Jen doesn't notice, but you can see what looks like a pale figure hiding in the woods, watching her. Whatever that thing is, seems to begin to whimper like a human.
You guys hear that?
Did Jen capture a Jinn or a skinwalker in the attempt of luring her into the woods? Or is it something else?
Upon hearing an eerie sound coming from a tunnel, a young man decides to go inside and investigate. I bet he wishes he never after what he sees. Check this out.
Screamer or something in this tunnel. I'm gonna go check it out. What the hell? Hello? What the fuck was that? Hello?
What did the missing plane MH370 actually encounter? On the 8th of March, 2014, the Malaysian plane MH370 disappeared without a trace. Though many people came up with theories on what may have actually happened, the case remained inconclusive until recently. Well, you see, the footage you're about to see was just declassified from satellite imagery, and it's rather strange. Take a look. As you can see, strange objects descended from the sky and started circling the plane before it disappeared. Well, some think that this was a planned attack, while others think that this is an abduction. But till this day, nobody knows.